Hi, Sean, friend.
Elizabeth, friend.
Hi, I'm Rosa, Baldwin's wife.
Margarita, mother-in-law.
Michael, Baldwin's neighbor.
Hello everyone, welcome to my speech. Today I'll be talking about the air traffic control shortage. So I'm gonna present to you a situation and you can imagine the scenario. So imagine this, you wake up, you're all excited, you have your bags packed, you have your boarding pass ready, and you're finally heading up to the airport early. Your long-awaited vacation is finally here. You get to the airport, you grab your coffee, and then you hear a buzz coming from your phone. It's a message saying your flight is delayed. But you look outside and it's sunny. It can't be the weather, it can't be the storm. How about the plane? You see the plane, oh, it's still there, you haven't heard anything. Also, so it's probably not a mechanical issue, so what could it be? So later on, you see that the message reads, you're delayed because there's not enough air traffic controllers in the tower that day to safely manage the airspace. This is becoming one of the most urgent issues in aviation today. My name is Baldwin Medina. I've been an air traffic controller for 10 years. And today I want to inform you about this serious and growing problem, which is again, the nationwide air traffic control shortage. We will look at what's causing it. We'll see how it's affecting travelers and what's being done to solve it. Let's start with the causes. One of the causes is the aging workforce. Most, I'll say, over 1/3 of the controllers today are eligible to retire. In fact, there is federal law that the mandatory retirement age for air traffic controllers is 56. So that leaves it leaves little flexibility, and it contributes to a significant drain in the experienced personnel that we have working today. Second, the training process is long and intense. According to the USA Facts, it takes 2 to 3 years to fully train an air traffic controller, from classroom work to live simulations to being a supervisor at a tower. I personally took a 1.5 years at the tower that I currently work in now. Third, hiring delays and budget issues. The federal government has placed limits on how many people can be trained at once. And plus, since the pandemic, hiring freezes have actually made it worse. So, all these factors creates a backlog that's been developed over the years, and now we're trying to recover from. All these factors, from aging staff, slow training, and underfunded recruitment, have created a dangerous bottleneck in the system. Now that we understand what causes it, let's talk about how the shortage is affecting you, me, and the entire aviation industry. The impacts are felt nationwide, whether you fly frequently or just once a year. First, flights are delayed more frequently, they're canceled, and actually is now becoming more common. According to a 2025 report by journalist Grace Yang, major airports like JFK, LaGuardia, Newark, even in Atlanta, they have limited the number of flights simply because they don't have enough controllers on staff to maintain those flights safely. This trickles down to all the travelers who are unfortunately left stranded. They have to reschedule their flights, or they're forced to miss their connections. Now, second, it puts an enormous stress on the controllers still working, including me. With fewer hands on deck, many of us are working longer hours, under more stress, and we also obviously work in high pressure situations. The work requires constant attention, fast decision making, and total focus. But fatigue trickles in, and this leads to big mistakes. in this industry, a mistake can be deadly. As reported by Shepperson in 2025, fatigue-related errors are a growing concern across this whole system. And personally, I could say that because I've been fatigued multiple times, and it's no fun. But I push through, and the job has to be done. Third, there is a ripple effect across this causes a ripple effect across the whole industry. Airlines must shift schedules, delay flights, or even cancel routes, especially to smaller airports, like the smaller regional airports that people don't go to in the Midwest. These airports might see reduced service or even permanent closures because of it, which hurts the local economies around those airports. CNN reported in 2025 that some communities have already lost regular service due to staffing. And correction, the staffing near the control towers.
Oh.
In short, fewer controllers means more chaos. There's less controlling and more chaos. And that means that the real risks to both efficiency and safety are very real. So, what's being done to fix it? Let's look at the steps that's being taken to address this shortage in this situation. First, the FAA is increasing funding and streamlining hiring. In 2025, the FAA received a significant funding boost aimed to expand simulation centers and speed up the training pipeline in and across the nation. Mm-hmm. They're also improving outreach to make the application process more accessible, especially for underrepresented groups and young professionals, according to the FAA. Second, technology is helping. New software is being developed to assist with air traffic control routing and air traffic flow. This automation will greatly help controllers on a day-to-day basis with their jobs. Automation, like I said, can help with routine tasks, which I see personally, I use it every day, allowing us to focus more on the complex and high-risk situations, like I would say like a 60 operation count, which is pretty busy for me. Finally, there's a renewed push to promote air traffic control as a career. The FAA is actively targeting high school students, military veterans, college graduates. They're emphasizing the stability, the pay, the benefits, and the importance to work for the national safety of our country. These are promising efforts, but the road ahead is still long. And we still need to continue pushing forward for further support and more awareness of the situation. To wrap it up, air traffic controllers, the air traffic control shortage isn't just an industry issue. It's a national concern that touches every traveler here and across the world. The combination of aging workforce, long training, long training pipelines, and growing demand for air travel. Now, with that issue, we have to really combat this shortage. And the result? Delays, stress, overworked staff, and all these rising concerns will greatly affect the situation. Thousands of lives are in the hands of a workforce that's being stretched too thin. And I personally do this every day, and that is a personal experience fact. But there is hope. With smarter investments, new technology, and greater awareness, we can rebuild this essential workforce and ensure that our skies remain safe, efficient, and dependable. So the next time that your flight is delayed, instead of blaming the airline, think about the voices behind the radio in the control tower, which is me. I'll be eternally grateful. And we are the ones that are just simply don't have the numbers to support the system right now. So thank you for your time.